All right, welcome back to German with John Berlin. This is John Berlin, and we'll be beginning with the exercises of the prepositions we did earlier. We did accusative, dative prepositions. We did Wechsel prepositions, the prepositions which are both. And how to determine the Wechsel prepositions, are they accusative or dative, by asking the question, wo oder wohin? Yes, that's the idea. And we'll be dealing with exercise today. It is in terms of names of places. Yes, you could be in a place, you could be coming from a place. Yes, you could be going to a place. Now, if you're coming, I'll just brief you a little. If you are basically going to a place which has an article, like the USA, like the Slovakia, yeah, the Nederlanden, yeah, the Turkey, the Schweiz, you will never say nach, like we learned. It'll be in. Yes, if you're going to places which are normal, like Berlin, like Milan, Österreich, you will say nach. Spanien, Italian, yes, nach. Now, if you're in a place, in a country, you'll say in. If you're basically coming from a country, like your homeland, you'll say aus, or you're coming from the country, you'll say aus. And if you're on an island, you'll be auf. Yes, because the island is flat and open, so you'll be on the island. Similarly, you'll be on the mountaintop, if that's the case here, but that's not the case here. We'll be talking about the names of places mostly. So let's get going. The first one is, next Sunday flies John to Dresden. Nächsten Samstag fliegt John dash Dresden. So Dresden is the name of a place. We'll write nach Dresden. Perfect. Wirst du eine Woche dash Berlin bleiben? Will you remain for a week in Berlin? So genau, wo wirst du bleiben? In Berlin. It'll simply be in. Yes, being in a city, surrounded by a city, in it. Erika kommt dash Berlin, sie ist Berliner. So from where does Erika come? Woher kommt Erika? It'll be basically Berlin. So she's in Berlin. She can come out of it. So it's aus. Erika kommt aus Berlin. Sie ist Berlinerin. Yes, it's feminine. Okay. The next birthday I would like to spend in Black Forest. Den nächsten Geburtstag möchte ich gern das Schwarzwald verbringen. Now, Schwarzwald is der Schwarzwald. Yes, it has an article. So it's basically going to be, you'll be in the forest. So it will be, wo wirst du deinen nächsten Geburtstag verbringen? In. Now it's dative, so we'll write in dem. Schwarzwald is masculine. Yes, der Schwarzwald, so we'll make it dem, der, dem, den, and it'll be masculine dative, dem. Now we could write this together as well. Instead of in dem, I could write im. Yes, so den nächsten Geburtstag möchte er im Schwarzwald verbringen. Perfect. Okay, fantastic. Möchte er. Now, Deutsche reisen zum Urlaub dash Mallorca. Mallorca is the name of a place, so we'll say nach. Just like Dresden, Mallorca. Lily kommt dash Slowakei. Slowakei is the Slowakei, so she's coming out of Slowakei. So it's basically she is in there, so she's coming out. She's coming from, so aus. Now Slowakei is the Slowakei, it'll become feminine. In dative, feminine is der, aus der Slowakei. Yes, perfect. Ich fliege dash Schweiz. Schweiz is the Schweiz, so I'll basically need to say die Schweiz. Since I'm going to a place, I can't say nach, I'll need to say in. Ich fliege in die Schweiz. Fantastic. Mona kommt dash Niederlanden. So Mona comes from the Netherlands. Netherlands is like the Niederlanden, it's plural. So you'll need to say from. She's coming out of this place. So it's like as Mona kommt aus den Niederlanden. Yes, from the Netherlands. Okay. Jesse war dash USA. So where was Jesse? Dative, yes, he was in the USA. So in is a Wechsel preposition. Will it become dative or accusative? Depends on the sentence. And the sentence is, where was he? Wo war er? Dative. So er war in. USA is plural. It'll become dative. Dem, der, dem, den. Jesse war in den USA. Die Geschenke sind dash Kanarischen Inseln. The gifts are from the Canary Islands. Now, islands, like you know, it's flat and open. So their gifts were on the islands. Now they're coming from it. So we remember, as long as you are at or on or by a place, you come von it. You say von. Yes. So that's what you'll say. Die Geschenke sind von den Kanarischen Inseln. Why den? Because this is plural, die Kanarischen Inseln. So in dative it will become plural as well. Dem, der, dem, den. Right. Mark ist schon dash Zugspitze. What is Zugspitze? It's mountain top. So wo ist Mark? That's the question, dative. And he's on the basically mountain top. Now you remember, as long as something is raised or it's flat or open, you're on it. So here it's again auf. That's the preposition for on. Auf, and Zugspitze is feminine. So we'll make it dative feminine. Dem, der, dem, den. It'll be there. Mark ist schon auf der Zugspitze. Mark is already on the mountaintop. Teneriffa kann dash Teneriffa kann man, okay, I'll repeat. Dash Teneriffa kann jeder schöne Wanderungen machen. Teneriffa is an island. So on the island of Teneriffa, everyone can do beautiful hikes. Yeah, Wanderungen is hikes. So it's an island, so it's flat and it's open, so you can only be on it. Auf Teneriffa kann jeder schöne Wanderungen machen. She lives in Germany. Sie lebt in Deutschland. Ganz einfach. Yes, it's a country surrounded by it. You're in a country surrounded by a country, so in. Im Sommer wollen wir dash Spanien reisen. Yes, so let's get to it. Spanien is the name of a place, so we'll simply say im Sommer wollen wir nach Spanien reisen. Kommt dash Frankreich. He comes from France. So basically, woher kommt He is in France. He comes out of it. It's coming from a place aus. Kommt aus Frankreich. Okay, now again, we have another sentence here. Let's figure it out. Sie lebt seit 3 Jahren dash USA. She lives since 3 years in the US. So wo lebt sie? Where does she live? So in the US, in is Wechsel preposition. It'll become dative because the question is wo. Yes, it's just a static position. So USA is plural. So we'll say in dem, der, dem, den. Den is what we'll choose. In den USA. Perfect, plural. Ich war dash Türkei gereist. Now Türkei is die Türkei. And the sentence is I have traveled to the Turkey. Yes. Now traveling is like, of course, it's got movement. Yes. Wohin bist du gereist? That's the question. Wohin means accusative. So we'll be saying ich war. Now it's a place with an article. We can't say nach. Nach will be wrong. We'll say in. In, and Türkei would be accusative feminine. Den, die, das, die. So we'll write die. Ich war in die Türkei gereist. Okay, im Herbst sind wir dash Alpen-Ski gefahren. Now this is an interesting one. Skifahren is basically snow surfing, yes? Now when you are doing that, though it's movement, but there is no change in position, you're remaining in the Alps. So even though the verb has got movement, when you say you are doing the snow surfing in the Alps, in will be used like dative, not as accusative. Even though there is movement, there is no change in position. So we'll say im Herbst sind wir in den Alpen. Why den Alpen? Alpen are plural. They are mountains. So we'll say den, dem, der, dem, den. Fantastic. So this was the first exercise we did with names of places, trying to understand, should we say nach? Should we say in? Yes. Should we say aus? Should we say von? So that's the idea. We determined that if someone is on a place, he comes from it with the help of von, like the gifts. There was a sentence with gifts. If you can see here, die Geschenke sind von den Kanarischen Inseln. Yes. So basically the gifts were on the island. They're coming from the island. So von den. Yeah. You know, that's a couple of mentions. And like the last sentence we did here, if there is movement but no change in position, the Wechsel preposition will become Dativ. It will not be Accusative. Genau. So with that in mind, I take a leave, and I'll catch you in the next lesson, in which we'll deal with how to say the adverb Haus, how to say the adverb home in German, how to say I'm at home, I'm going to home, I'm coming from home, this is my home, I'm going to my home. These are interesting sentences. We'll do them the next time. Until then, it's John Berlin signing off.